the whole idea of supporting Raila for the AU chair was not spearheaded by Ruto, was not spearheaded by Museveni. This is an agenda that was spearheaded by the bigger globalist agenda, was Chris Coons, the US Senator.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, this story of Raila Odinga and the AUC bid seems to be attracting global attention by the day. So, the latest news is that Chris Coons, the US Senator who has been in Kenya for quite some time now, is the one who is claimed to be responsible for the globalist agenda to remove Raila Odinga from the matrix of 2027. When Chris Coons came to Kenya, he met Ruto and met Raila. But first, he met Raila, then separately met Ruto. Then when he was leaving for US, Raila and Coons bumped into each other again at the airport. I believe you must have seen that video. For those who know Chris Coons and the role he has played in the Kenyan politics, you will agree with me that Coons is the one who intervened and brought about the handshake that caught the attention of global leaders, Trump being one of them. So now, in a live show on K24 TV, Steve Mbogo, who is a self-proclaimed philanthropist and former Sarai constituency aspirant, exposed highly guarded secret about Western forces tactics which are only made to make sure that Raila Odinga is removed from the 2027 matrix. So I have a video of that interview where Steve Mbogo is making those claims. But before I share that video, please take 1 second and subscribe to this channel, like this video. That is the only support I request from you, ladies and gentlemen. And to those who supported us before, thank you so much for that support. So Steve Mbogo said the whole idea of supporting Raila for the AU chair was not spearheaded by Ruto or Museveni. It was spearheaded by the biggest globalist agenda. Steve Mbogo believes that the West is behind the push for Raila AUC bid because they want to protect their interests in Kenya. Bill Gates is behind it, Biden is behind it, King Charles is behind it. Someone told me that Putin could also be pushing for Raila AUC chair bid because he has aspirations of controlling Africa and African politics, and he knows that right now Raila is one of the leaders he can rely on. So Raila is a neutral leader here.
Was not spearheaded by Ruto. From my own perspective, the whole idea of supporting Raila for the AU chair was not spearheaded by Ruto, was not spearheaded by Museveni. This is an agenda that was spearheaded by the bigger globalist agenda. You and I know very well that one of the people who was key in these negotiations and talks between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza was Chris Coons, the US Senator. Remember, this is the same senator who was here in 2017 when we had tension. And is the same senator who has been having talks with Raila Odinga and at the same time with William Ruto. And for those who have eyes, it is now evident that his talks or his negotiations is bearing fruit. But I think the bigger agenda is not only for William Ruto or Raila Odinga, it is the globalist agenda. And one of the easiest thing to do was to remove Raila from the matrix of 2027. And I think he fell for the trap. Once he's out, believe you me, you are going to have Ruto here for the next 10 years.
Right. So if you look at this whole thing, from a broader perspective, then you will agree with me that Raila is the better candidate here. And going by what Steve Mbogo has said, and going by what other political pundits are saying, that Raila is the neutral leader here. I mentioned Putin as being one of the leaders, the global leaders who could be interested in having a Raila AUC chair. I know even the China's president, Xi Jinping, could also be looking at Raila Amolo Odinga as the most favorable candidate so that they can advance their Chinese agenda in Africa. So that's why I agree with Steve Mbogo when he talks about global leaders' effect on Raila's potential of securing the AUC. Personally, if that is the case, then I think Raila Amolo Odinga is headed for that position and he might secure the position. Of course, right now, the only person we feel could be also positioning herself for that position is one person, one leader from Somalia. I understand there is a leader from Somalia who has also shown interest in that position. But if you look at Raila Amolo Odinga from a broader perspective, then he is the person who is better placed to secure that bid. Going by what I've told you, the West, the East, all of them could settle for Raila Amolo Odinga. So the push, of course, Putin has leaders here in Africa who are, like, let's say cases like Niger, leaders there, So these leaders in Niger, like the ones in Niger, they are in support of Putin. South Sudanese leader also is in support of Putin. We know that Biden has leaders who are in support of him, leaders who are in support of the West. South Africa will definitely vote for Raila Amolo Odinga because there is a relationship between Ramaphosa and Raila way back kitambo. So Museveni also has shown interest of Raila Amolo Odinga's candidacy. So all these things, if you look at them from a broader perspective, unaona kwamba Raila is the most favorable. So I agree with Steve Mbogo when he says that global leaders' agenda to remove Raila from the matrix of 2027 pia inaweza kuwa a factor. But of course, these are global leaders on the side of the West, not the East. The East will want to have Raila Amolo Odinga as the AUC chair, because they want also have to have their own interest. But if you look at the West, talk about UK and US, their agenda is a bit different. They want to remove him from that equation, from the election of 2027, so that they can still have William Ruto secure a second chance, because Ruto has wholly embraced the agenda. Talking about Italy president, US president, UK king, all of this, they are for Raila because they want Ruto to return the presidency. And they realize that the only person who can challenge Ruto is Raila Amolo Odinga. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this revelation from Steve Mbogo? Just go below the comment section and tell us what you think about Steve Mbogo's remarks. Do you agree with him? Personally, I think I agree with him. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.